Good afternoon, soccer fans, and welcome to your streaming home for Wethersfield High School soccer. Today, it's the varsity girls here on the Catone pitch, taking on the Red Hawks of Manchester. Should be a good one today because Manchester comes in, Tom, with a high-powered offense. Tom McCarter alongside me for today. Take us away and talk us through a player to watch for Manchester.
Yeah, player to watch, Liz Schoenberger, 34 goals this season. She has 8 of 11 games where she scored 3 or more goals. That includes 3 4-goal games and 1 6-goal game. Wethersfield's going to have their hands full today, but she is also Julia Daly's CFC teammate. So players on the back line for Wethersfield very familiar with Schoenberger.
A little familiarity never hurts when you're trying to defend a high-powered offense. We are just about to get underway with the pre-game announcements. We will have starting lineups here. Wethersfield will be in the familiar home blues. Manchester in their road whites. Quite a turnaround for Manchester. Only 1 win last season. And you need the starting lineup. We're just about to get through here. We're going to go mute for just a second while we get things organized here in the press box. Okay, we are back after getting things organized here in the press box. The 3:45 start's not always the easiest to get organized for pregame activities. Let's go to Mike Maltese on the game announcements.
Good afternoon and welcome to Wethersfield High School for an exciting CCC girls soccer matchup between the Manchester Red Hawks and your Wethersfield Eagles. Prior to today's game, we wanted to take a moment with a statement from our WHS girls soccer captains, as it is the CIC Officials Appreciation Week, as our girls have a few words to say.
Referee McKaylee and Henderson, on our behalf of all the student athletes in the WHS girls soccer program, we want to take a moment to sincerely thank you for being an essential part of our soccer games and high school season. We know that being a referee is often a thankless job, and it can be challenging to make tough calls while maintaining fairness and control. Yet you show up with dedication, ensuring that we have the opportunity to play and sport what we love. Your time, commitment, and passion for the game don't go unnoticed. Without you, we wouldn't have the structure, safety, or fairness that make the game enjoyable for everyone. We truly appreciate the hard work you put into each game and the sacrifices you make to be there for us. Your presence allows us to grow as athletes, learn valuable life lessons, and build memories that will last a lifetime. Thank you for your patience, your professionalism, and for giving us a chance to play. With gratitude, the Wethersfield Eagles.
This afternoon's game is being conducted under the direction of Assistant Principal and Athletic Director Mike Maltese and Principal Siobhan O'Connor. Sports medicine services are provided by Hartford Healthcare. It is the hope of high school administration, game officials, coaches, and players that the spectators will enjoy the contest in the spirit of good sportsmanship. Please note that use of profanity and inappropriate behavior will not be tolerated at any student-centered event. We, the students, athletes, and staff at WHS are proud of our school and would like to extend a warm welcome to our guests from Manchester. And now the starting lineups. First, the visiting Red Hawks. Number 18, Emmy Christie. Number 22, Olivia Ghost. Number 12, Addison Hall. Number 14, Bella Gustafson. Number 21, Liz Schoenberger. Number 23, Gabby Smith. Number 8, Taylor Bazell. Number 2, Lydia Welton. Number 25, Serenity Arezzo. Number 19, Alyssa Wilson. And in the goal, senior, Kelsey Kuligowski. Manchester led by head coach Joe Fincapo. And now the starting lineups for your Wethersfield Eagles. In goal, number 0, Gianna Gianfrido. Number 2, Bella DeStefani. Number 3, Ileana Sapala. Number 4, Addison Yamassi. Number 5, Bryn Wilkinson. Number 8, Alana Burnell. Number 16, Allison Shackner. Number 21, Julia Daly. Number 22, Grace Grismalo. Number 23, Kayla Bonfiglio. And number 24, Gwyneth Grismaldo. Eagles are led by head coach Tony Leone, assisted by Emily Finelli and Todd Swen. And at this time I would ask, remove their hats and join us in honoring America with the playing of the national anthem.
And we are back here in the broadcast booth, press box here at Catone. Again, we've got varsity girls action today on the pitch. It should be a good one. Wethersfield plays host to Manchester. We heard the announcement of the lineups, but Tom McCarter, let's take a quick look at the Wethersfield formation.
Yeah, Wethersfield, same formation that we're used to, the 4-4-2. Along the back is Sapala, Daly, Grismilo, and Wilkinson. They're going to have their hands full with a very potent offense from Manchester that we talked about in the pregame.
Yeah, let's take a quick look now, our tail of the tape, how these two teams stack up. You're going to see a lot of goals on the Manchester side.
Yeah, really, a lot of times when we put this graphic up, we talk about a lot of numbers, but I just want to draw attention to one, and that is 67 goals scored for Manchester. We talked about Liz Schoenberger a few minutes ago before the introduction. She has 34, but keep in mind, her teammates have 33, and that alone would be really, really high scoring. Games in which Manchester has scored 7 or more goals, they're 7-0, and when they score fewer than 7 goals, they're 0-1-3, Dave.
And on the flip side of that, defensively for Wethersfield, when the Eagles give up more than a goal in a game, 1-3 on the year. If they get to 3 goals, that is an offer so far. They've given up 3 in 3 different games, lost all 3 of those. So it will be key for Wethersfield to try to keep the scoring at a minimum for Manchester today. They get a glimmer of hope with Manchester coming into this one off of their first loss of the season against Newington. That was a 2-1 decision. Newington came away with the victory, handed Manchester their first loss of the year. But what a turnaround from a year ago. 1 win on the season in 2023. Only a single win for Manchester. They've already turned it around, got 7 on the board. They are 7-1-3 coming into this one. Wethersfield is 6-3-2, and we are looking forward to a good one here.
And this is an epic captain's meeting. I've been keeping an eye on it. It went on before pregame introductions. It went on through the national anthem. Those players never hit the field to join their teammates. Maybe the refs were thankful of that pregame ceremony from the Wethersfield captains.
That's right. If you were with us, a bit of a harried pregame approach for us here today as we tried to get in a quick sneak peek at number 21, Liz Schoenberger. If our research staff has done their job correctly, she is headed to Assumption to continue her soccer career after this season is over. But right now, she is looking to put a few more in the back of the net. Unofficially, we have her at 34. That's more than half of their output. And as you talked about, though, the other side of that, that means the rest of the team has put in 33 compared to only 21 goals on the year as a team for Wethersfield.
Yeah, I mean, expect to see a lot of chances either way. I think Wethersfield looks at that most recent matchup with Newington, knowing that's a common opponent, an opponent that Wethersfield is familiar with. And they feel that this should be a competitive game, but at no point can they lose track of number 21, and we haven't talked about number 12, Addison Hall. She's the one who sets the table and creates a lot of offense and has put some in the back of the net herself.
Yeah, had at least one game in our research earlier in the season where Schoenberger got 4 goals, but Hall was right behind with a hat trick herself. Manchester has hung 9 on the scoreboard on 3 different occasions. They've hit a bit of a rough spot lately, though. Last 3 games, we mentioned their first loss. They've also got 2 ties in their last 3. So started off winning and being unbeaten through their first 8 games. They were 7-0-1. Then they've hit a bit of a slide. Let's see if Wethersfield can maybe keep them on that bit of a downturn, or if this is the day that Manchester breaks it open again and finds the back of the net.
We like watching offense. We like watching offensive games, but not offensive games.
And we try not to be offensive as we call the offensive game. So how about that? We're looking forward to it, folks. Got a beautiful sunny afternoon here. October 9th. A reminder, this is another significant stretch of games for the Wethersfield girls. Played Monday afternoon. Got the 1-1 draw at Ram. Goal in the last 7 minutes by Alana Burnell. Able to come away with the tie there. So Wethersfield on a 6-game unbeaten streak that started with a 1-1 draw at Simsbury. They are 4-0-2 over their last 6 games and have been holding teams off the scoreboard. They've given up only 3 goals total in those 6 games and have had 3 clean sheets during that stretch as well.
And we saw flashes of that type of play early on in the season. They just couldn't put together a full 80 minutes, but Coach Leone's got him working hard, playing well, and this should be a good one today.
All right, so Manchester, the Red Hawks are in their white kits with the red lettering. They've got the ball first. They play it forward, looking for Schoenberger, but look, there is Grace Grismilo with a nice step for Wethersfield. Ball in the center circle. Coach Leone talking about the midfield for his team earlier and trying to find the right combination and the right players there to win the ball and also start and distribute the attack. We're in the first minute here as Manchester comes out of the back through the center circle. That's Hall, number 12. And you'll keep an eye on number 21, Schoenberger, up front as well. We'll see if we can detect if Wethersfield's going to do anything special there. There's DeStefani making a run right at Schoenberger as they tried to throw into her. Here's Bonfiglio now for Wethersfield. In the backfield are the Eagles in front of their bench. Ball chipped ahead by Wilkinson. Yancey makes an attempt for it, but taken away there by Manchester. Here's Shackner laying one off for Burnell. She's got a little bit of space to go if she can make it, and gets ahead to Yancey, and that's going to be an arm as Yancey overlapped a little too much and did get in front of Burnell before she could release the ball.
Yeah, I think Burnell, the ball just got a little bit caught up in her feet. She saw Yancey making the run. She wanted to feed it to her, just a beat late right in front of the official.
Burnell tied for the team lead in points. She has 3 goals, 3 assists on the season.
With Yancey.
Yancey also up there, 4 goals and an assist, both with 9 points. Schoenberger in front of the pack. Here could be the first opportunity. And she chips it high over the goal as Gianfrido came out. We're going to take a second look at this run.
Yeah, Coach Leone is not going to be happy with this. Liz Schoenberger, no secret that she's their leading scorer, and within the first couple minutes, they allow an easy ball over the top and her to get behind. That could have easily been in the back of the net, and Coach Leone is reminding his team of that.
So Wethersfield escapes there. We're just about 2 minutes in, 38:08 here to go in the first half on a beautiful October afternoon as the ball goes over the side in front of the Wethersfield bench. Coach Leone just with his hands out to his side a minute ago, like, what are we doing?
They might have needed that wake-up call. And I think if you're the back line for Wethersfield, you want to deny her the ball for sure, but if you're Daly and Grismilo, you want to be on a seesaw. If one of them is up, the other one's got to be back. Nothing can go over their head that easy.
Here's Addie Hall, chips it ahead, looking for Schoenberger, her running mate up front. Nice service there, skipped off the head of a Wethersfield defender. Schoenberger on the far side, outside the 18. Wilkinson tries to stand her up, and here comes Schoenberger, lets one go, and that's off the side of the post. I don't think Gianfrido got a hand on that at all. It went on the side of the post, came back into the field of play.
Yeah, look at this. She's got a strong left foot. Everybody knows that, but she cuts in on her right foot and has a pretty nice rip solidly off the near post. Another one that missed by inches.
So as advertised, the Manchester offense is fun to watch. Wethersfield so far through 3 minutes has kept them off the board.
Yeah, I think I attributed almost more to the Wethersfield defense giving up those chances. Nothing over the top. They've got to get that out of their system before a few end up in the back of the net.
Good battle there as number 22, Olivia Goss from Manchester, kept it alive, but Wethersfield comes out with it. Ball left-footed forward. It's going to come back into the offensive half for Manchester. Daly's got to get to it. In the backfield now is Wethersfield. Daly with some space. She's going to unload toward the midline, looking for Burnell up front. A nice step in front there by Serenity Arazo. Ball played ahead. Yancey is on the run for Wethersfield. One defender back. Manchester plays. Oh, look at Burnell, cut through two. She's got a chance on this one. Good cutoff there. Number 23, Gabrielle Smith, able to make the play. But here's Schachtner with one toward the goal, and it's going to go wide left. See if we can get a look at some of this.
Yeah, good ball movement there for the Eagles. Burnell battling as she always does. Lays one off for Schachtner here. She gets a clean shot off. Just missed the net by a little bit. A good offense for the Eagles.
And it leads to a goal kick. Kelsey Kuligowski in net as senior for Manchester here today. Waiting to line things up, not sure. We had a captain's band coming off here. Looks like Schoenberger's captain's band giving her some problems. Ball played in now. Nice header there by DeStefani. Hall now with it, also with the captain's band on her arm. Bonfiglio for Wethersfield makes a turn, lays it back to Schachtner. Tries to pull it back, down she goes. Here comes Addie Hall out of the back for Manchester. Bella DeStefani for Wethersfield stands her up in the midline. Played ahead now. Number 2 is Lydia Welton for Manchester. Schoenberger is holding a piece of attire, apparel, as she looks to go after that ball. Battle with Bonfiglio, left foot's it ahead. Addie Hall now with a chip in the middle. They got an opportunity. Can Wethersfield get there? Daly does. And it's rolling, 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 and poked over the sideline. So actually a nice play by Daly to send it out because she saved a corner kick. It'll be a deep throw in the offensive portion of the field about 5 minutes into this one.
And you've seen Hall for Manchester a couple times get the ball, take a few touches, distribute. She's been dangerous right off the bat.
Deep throw comes in. Number 19 is Alyssa Wilson, I should say. I've got to make sure I'm reading the roster correctly. Alyssa Wilson. This is Addie Hall. Makes a turn, gets around Bonfiglio. Nice cross in toward the goal. Gets past. There's one going toward the goal. Gianfrido able to save it. Came right at her.
Yeah, good work here on the outside as the ball gets crossed in, and one of the Wethersfield defenders gets a little bit of a piece on that. Wasn't as clean of a shot as we would have thought initially.
Good step there for Bella Gustafson. And the ball goes over the side. Deep throw here, far sideline for Manchester. We thank everybody who's out there joining us today, wherever you may be. We'll get some shout-outs for some folks here in a minute. Manchester trying to make the turn on the far side. Nice defensive effort from Bryn Wilkinson. Quick throw in, headed by Daly. Ball goes toward the top of the 18. Rolls back now. Yancey tried to get to it. Headed by Daly now. Schachtner gives chase. Gives it a nudge with the head. Sends it through. Finds Yancey near the midline. Wethersfield trying to get out of the back. Here we go through the center circle. Bonfiglio stood up there. Nice play by Erazo for Manchester. Ball goes into the backfield now for Wethersfield. Grace Grismilo is there. And we will give a couple of notes. We want to thank Lena Rodriguez on camera duties today. Allison Montez here running the scoreboard and the clock in the first half. And our PA announcer, Director of Athletics, Mike Maltese, with the pregame announcements today. As the ball is played over in front of the Wethersfield bench, all the Eagles on the bench in pink pennies. Played ahead, gets through. Opportunity potentially there for Taylor Bozell for Manchester, but Wethersfield's going to get out of there as Sapala sends it forward. Razzo with it now. Goss for Manchester had to go down. Here's Burnell looking for a play. She's directing traffic in the center circle now. Deflected by Goss. Played ahead now by Grace Grismilo. Yancey's there, able to get ahead to herself. Beautiful play to get around the defender. Has to hold it up, though. Looks for Burnell. She's battling. Bonfiglio's going to get to it. Still in the offensive half. Chip forward. Yancey and Burnell give chase, and they have to get around defenders. They do. Burnell left foots it. Tried to find Shackner near the top of the 18. Here's Bonfiglio now. Still in the offensive half. She sends one toward the goal. That's high and over the goal. Nice opportunity from Bonfiglio there.
Yeah, good scrappy work from the Eagles to force a turnover. I think Bonfiglio wanted to keep that one a little bit lower, but nothing wrong with shooting out there. Test this goalie early on. Both of the Eagles' shots so far have not been on net.
Nice play by Burnell to come out of a pack there and send the ball toward the top of the 18. And we understand we've got Alana Burnell's aunt and uncle in St. Petersburg, Florida, watching, but today from McDonough, Georgia. And we're glad to hear that you are hopefully safe and sound there as we extend our thoughts to everyone in Florida bracing for another hurricane. Here, though, we are fortunate. We've got beautiful weather, blue skies and puffy white clouds. 31-23 to go here in the first half. We've got a scoreless game, but Manchester has been threatening early. Schoenberger had a great opportunity.
Shackner just got her arm grabbed there. She's going to be frustrated. No call from either referee as she got spun around.
Addie Hall sent it forward again. She does like to play the long ball. Burnell goes down. That's going to draw a foul on Addie Hall, number 12 for Manchester, as Burnell went down inside the center circle. It's in the offensive half for Wethersfield. DeStefani's going to take it just on the edge of the circle. Wethersfield trots into formation here. This will be a left-footed boot from Bella DeStefani. Arm is up. Here we go on the free kick. Sends it high toward the top of the arc. Gets through. Yancey may have a chance. She pokes it ahead, and it goes wind to the back of the net. There it goes. First goal of the game, 30-36 on the clock. Let's take a second look at this one as Addison Yancey able to put Wethersfield on the board.
Yeah, free kick from DeStefani goes over the top. Yancey always finds a way to get to those balls first. She pops it up. We don't know if it's going in or wide. Burnell is there to crash to the back of the net, and it sneaks in. So it's DeStefani to Yancey on the goal.
And for Yancey, that is her team-leading 5th goal of the season. Puts Wethersfield ahead as we get ready to play it out of the center circle for Manchester. So Wethersfield jumps out early. Great start if you're Coach Leone.
Yeah, I don't think he's fully happy yet because of what the first 10 minutes have looked like. Eagles have had a couple of chances. That's the first one they get on net. But it's good to convert your chances. They've just got to kind of make sure that they tighten up that back line to eliminate the easy chances.
And there's Schoenberger in front of the pack. No arm is up. She's going to be able to almost get to it before it goes over the inline. Another dangerous ball. You can see it there. Hall likes to play it over the top to find Schoenberger running toward the goal.
I can't imagine she was onside. She never caught up to it to where the referee would have made the signal. But if she was onside, well played, well timed.
So, to your point, though, certainly not perfection from Wethersfield so far and plenty of things to work on. But if you told Coach before the game, 10 minutes in, you're going to be on top 1-0, I think he would have taken it.
I think he'd take it for sure, especially after watching the first 9 minutes.
As we talked about, Manchester is an offensive powerhouse, 67 goals through their first 11 games. Schoenberger has had a high of 6. That, coincidentally, is the high for Wethersfield as a team this season. They had a 6-goal output against New Britain last week. Shackner tries to fight between two players. Now she's joined by Yancey. Yancey trying to chase it down, but nice step there from Gwen Grismilo. Put some pressure on. Look at the step from behind. Wilkinson able to tap it forward. Nobody there, though. The ball will go over the sideline. Should be a throw.
The three forwards, offensive center midfielders, whatever you want to call them, Burnell, Yanissi, and Shackner, they're so active, physical, scrappy. They are going to force a number of turnovers that are going to lead to Eagles' chances. You can already see that if Wethersfield can get the ball down close to the final third and put pressure on Manchester, it's going to end up in chances for the Eagles.
And here come the Eagles. Yanissi battling on the sideline. That'll be another throw for Manchester coming out of the backfield. Let's see what kind of pressure Wethersfield's able to apply up front to hopefully keep the ball in this half of the field. 28-22 to go here in the first half. Wethersfield on top, 1-0. The goal just about 9.5 minutes in. Off the free kick, Bella DeStefani got it into the 18 where Addison Yanissi did the rest and bounced it into the left corner of the net. From our vantage point, we couldn't tell immediately. She had the right angle. Looked like it might have been going wide, and then all of a sudden it is in the back of the net. And Wethersfield will take it.
Burnell doesn't factor in on the score sheet, but had that ball been going wide, she was right there to pound it home.
Here she is there, Alana Burnell with a header. Plays it back. Bonfiglio tries to get to it for Wethersfield. Number 8, Taylor Bazell in the mix for Manchester. Sapala sends it forward. Nice play by Burnell to keep the ball in bounds. Shackner settles, sends it ahead, looking for Burnell. It's going to get away from Wethersfield and over the side for a throw for Manchester. 27-27 to go. First half action. Wethersfield trying to keep their 6-game unbeaten streak alive here with a 1-0 early lead. But here comes Schoenberger. Opportunity brewing. She's got one-on-one with Daly. Blows right pass. Here she is into the 18. Gianfrido coming out, and that ball's into the side of the net. Nice pressure from Gianfrido to maybe force a little bit of a quicker shot.
Yeah, another ball right down the middle. And Schoenberger gets past Daly, but forces her wide enough to where she doesn't have a good shooting angle. We talked about that left foot. 2 of her best shots so far have been with that right.
Back to the action we go. Wethersfield trying to play out of the backfield. Gwen Grismilo on the right side goes down as she kicks it. Not able to get all of her force behind that one. Manchester trying to take over. Yanissi has it. Got a battle. Looks like maybe a handball, so it'll be a free kick. Yanissi ready to quickly take it. Chips it ahead, looking for Burnell down the right side. Got a defender there. That is Emiliana Christie on the far side for Manchester, but Wethersfield keeps the action going. Deep throw now in the offensive half. Here come the Eagles. Wilkinson's going to take the throw in front of the hedges on that far side. Waits for something to develop. Who's she going to look for? Into the 18 it goes. Gets past Burnell.
Ooh.
Bonfiglio was there and ready if that had gone through.
Yanissi was calling for a handball there.
And Sapala was as well. Not sure what it was. There's Sapala with a left-footed rip. Yanissi is in front of everybody. Going to draw the arm, though. That will be offside. Nice ball from Sapala, though. 25-52 to go here in the first half. Just over 14 minutes into this one. It has been entertaining already, and Wethersfield on the good side of a 1-0 score so far. Free kick for Manchester. Out of the back, headed by DeStefani. Steps all the way into that one. Here's Burnell now trying to chase in. Good battle there with Arazo. Serenity Arazo, number 25, a presence defensively for Manchester so far. Gwen Grismilo keeps it inbounds on the far side. Manchester swarms her. Ball goes toward the end line. And that will be a goal kick for Kelsey Kuligowski, senior keeper for Manchester. Just about 15 minutes gone now, 25:05 to go. First half, 1-0 Wethersfield lead. Things have settled a bit after some early chances for Manchester, but all it takes is one ball up ahead for Schoenberger to be able to display the speed as she did that last time. Yes. Here she is. Nice play by Grace Grismilo to clear it, though. Speed
and physicality. You know, she goes into tackles hard. It's you got to defend her a number of ways, but really it's going to have to be a combination of Daly and Grismilo all day long, working together.
Header there by Gwen Grismilo. Both Grismilos in the starting lineup today. Gwen, number 24, on the outside. Grace, number 22, at the center back position alongside Julia Daly. Shackner settles the ball over to Bryn Wilkinson. High ball in toward the offensive half. Manchester there to meet it. Number 19 for the Redhawks is Alyssa Wilson. Ball goes over the side, past the Manchester bench. It'll be a throw coming for the Redhawks. Manchester in their road whites, moving from left to right here in the first half. 23:56 to go until halftime. Bella DeStefani now with the ball for Wethersfield. Sends it over to Julia Daly. Wethersfield trying to play out of the back. Left-footed ball up to Gwen Grismilo. Chip shot now by Wilkinson. Looking for Yancey down the side. Has two defenders with her. Ball bouncing. Yancey still giving chase. Nice turn there by Manchester's defense.
Oh, good tackle.
Good slide tackle from Gwen Grismilo. Manchester still with the ball. Wethersfield putting the pressure on. Toward the midline we go. Here's Schoenberger. Tries to make the turn. Good poke by Daly to keep it out of harm's way for Wethersfield. 23-23 to go here, first half.
Look at that. Schoenberger surrounded by 3 Wethersfield defenders. No room to breathe. That's really got to be the approach all day long. Don't give her any time or space.
And even on that play, Daly was all the way up at the midline to bring the pressure as well. And she's pretty much marked. We got 21 and 21 right there at the midline as Daly comes up to meet Schoenberger, trying to keep her from turning if the ball does come her way. Meanwhile, in the backfield, the Red Hawks look to play out. Good step by Gwen Grismilo. Left-footed ball now, looking for Schoenberger up front. Gets past her. Daly had the one-on-one mark. Here's Grace Grismilo. Nice cutback to get around Schoenberger. Potentially dangerous if that doesn't work out, but great footwork to make it work out. DeStefani with a nice step. Gets it to Gwen Grismilo down the right side. She sends one forward. Now Schachner pokes it ahead, looking for Yancey down the right side. Defended well there, though, by number 18, Emiliana Christie for Manchester. Ball goes over the side. Wethersfield will take the throw. Here's Bryn Wilkinson, 22-20 to go, first half. Ball rolls down the right side. Down into the corner we go, and that is going to, all right, I thought maybe Manchester got a little touch on that, but it is going to be a goal kick for the Red Hawks. So they will play it out of the back. Wethersfield clinging to the 1-0 lead as we go to the 22-minute mark here in the first half. A little bit of cloud cover obscures the direct sunlight right now, but still a beautiful day. We'll take it. Lights will come on soon for the second half. Good play by DeStefani there as they tried to play the ball. Did Manchester to Hall, but DeStefani there to snuff that one out. It goes over the side in front of the Manchester bench. Throw for the Redhawks, and there's DeStefani again in the mix, trying to win the ball for Wethersfield. Manchester pokes ahead. Bonfiglio now. High ball played in toward the top of the arc.
Going to be trouble.
Bouncing, and Yancey's going to get to it. Got one defender with her, and that's going to lead to a clear by Manchester, so it'll be a deep throw for Wethersfield as a result of the pressure up front. Sapala takes it into the 18, just outside the 18 now. Bonfiglio sends it back to Sapala. See if she loads up the left foot. She tried to, but it's deflected by Olivia Goss for Manchester. Sapala now in over the head of Bonfiglio. Ball gets away from Wethersfield, cleared by Manchester. Schoenberger now just shy of the midline. Pressure from behind by Sapala. Nice cutback from Schoenberger. Right along the 50 she goes, plays it back. Good pressure from DeStefani. Nice slide tackle to poke that out of bounds. It'll be a throw for Manchester, but a good defensive play to stop the attack that was forming for Manchester. Wethersfield able to catch their breath a bit. DeStefani right next to Schoenberger up front. She's going to step to this ball after it bounces, but Schachner sends it over the side first. Schachner, one of the 3 senior captains for this Wethersfield team, along with Julia Daly and Caitlin Malarkey. Manchester now into the front half of the field. Schoenberger plays it back. Yancey is giving pressure. She might be able to get to this ball. It's turned now. Manchester retreating. Yancey still applying the pressure. Nice play there from Christie. And now she's coming back toward the midline. Good ball movement. Stood up by Bonfiglio, and there's going to be a step from Sapala. Left foots it down the side. Yancey can get to this one. Pokes it ahead, looking for Burnell, middle of the field. Taken away by number 23, Gabrielle Smith. Schachner, though, sends it to the right side, looking for a connection with Burnell. She taps it back to Gwen Grismilo. Looking for Burnell again, just not able to get that pass where it needed to be. Ball goes to the center circle. DeStefani was there to meet Schoenberger. Wethersfield in the backfield now. Sapala. Bonfiglio, overlap back to Sapala. Chips it, looking for Burnell, but that ball curls. Burnell may have a shot on this one, though. Deflects it off a Manchester player. Schachner sends it forward, looking for Gwen Grismilo down the right side. Keeper is coming all the way out to scoop that one up. So Wethersfield turned away as we're midway through the first half, 19:22 to go. So Wethersfield has had a fair amount of possession in the offensive half. Not able to generate much out of most of the opportunities, though. They did maximize the free kick that DeStefani took, as that ball gets past Daly but goes all the way to Gianfrido. She's been solid so far. Under 19 to go in the first half. She has put some pressure on. There have been 2 plays, to my memory, where Schoenberger has been ahead of the pack with the ball, and Gianfrido has come off her line and at least forced the action. Here's Sapala now right at the midline. Sends it ahead, gets over the head of Yanissi. Manchester going to play it. Midline for Addie Hall. Stood up by DeStefani. Has to left foot. It goes down the middle of the field. Looking for Schoenberger. There's Daly to take it away for Wethersfield. Caleb Bonfiglio now crosses the midline. Pulls it back. Going to play backwards right here near side midline. Sapala left foots it. Gets it ahead to Yanissi. Tries to settle, but there's Manchester swarming in. 2 players go down. No call. We're going to play on.
Good
2 players.
hustle.
Oh, Yanissi goes down again. Good hustle there from the Eagles. Ball goes over the side. It'll be a throw for Manchester. 18:01 to go here in the first half. Bonfiglio goes flying by that one, but here's DeStefani to send it forward. Can Burnell get to it? She's racing for it. Battle one-on-one. Inside the 18 we go now. Here's Alana Burnell. Left-footed chip across. That's a beautiful ball, and there's nobody home on the right side for Wethersfield. There's Gwen Grismilo trying to send it in. Yanissi was there, but Manchester had too much time to settle, and Schoenberger now on the counter. Nice poke away from Grace Grismilo. Shackner ahead trying to find Burnell. Passing game just not quite as crisp as it needs to be so far in this first half. Yanissy's going to draw the whistle. Not sure actually if that was Yanissi or Burnell, but one of them drew the whistle.
Yanissi. And Burnell on that last rush down the left side won. Wethersfield's got a lot more success when they use the width of the field. A couple too many times they're jamming it right down the middle. But Burnell does her job, cuts it across, gets it to roll across the entire box, and nobody's on the other end of that.
And you highlighted that before one of our recent live streams, just that use of the entire field and how you can shift the defense and really dictate action if you're willing to do that. Burnell did it there. Worked out perfectly, except there's nobody in the area code on the right side once the ball went through.
Yeah, it's tough to score goals when the other team's center backs are in position, but the best way to pull them out of position is use the width of the field. On that play, one of the center backs for Manchester came to challenge Burnell, but kind of overran the ball, and one's out of position, the other one slides over, and it opens up the whole middle of the field.
Wethersfield trying to put the pressure on. There's Addie Hall looking for Schoenberg. Oh, a collision as Daly and Grace Grismilo both went after that header. I believe Grismilo got to it, and then she collided with Daly, but everybody back up. But Grismilo a little shaken up on that. We're going to keep our eye on that one. Not sure if she took part of that contact off the nose, but here she is right back in the action. Good step there, and here's DeStefani for Wethersfield.
And again, more communication needed between Daly and Grismilo there, both going to the ball, leaving Schoenberger wide open.
Gwen Grismilo plays it back to Bryn Wilkinson. High ball down the middle, trying to find Burnell. It's poked out of there at the last minute by Manchester, but here's Caleb Bonfiglio now. Nice pull back. Middle of the field, offensive half, trying to go down the right side, looking for Gwen Grismilo. Headed near the top of the arc by Manchester. Grismilo's going to step to it. Over to Shackner, but intercepted and deflected. But here's DeStefani, still in the offensive half for Wethersfield. Over near side down to Sapala. Left foots it in toward the top of the arc. Over the head of Burnell. Can Yanissi get to it? Keeper's got that one. Good pressure by Wethersfield up front, but Kuligowski able to get to that before Wethersfield could get a foot on it inside the 18. 15-20 to go here in the first half. Wethersfield on top, 1-0 in a game that has been non-stop back and forth. DeStefani with a nice play, sends it ahead. Yanissy's going to get to this one first. She'll be outside the 18, chips it in toward the middle of the field. Burnell is there, but nice play by Kelsey Kuligowski in net for Manchester.
Yeah, Burnell almost got her head on that one. She went all in. Good play by the goalie. Wethersfield not attacking with enough numbers. You know, you look there and it's 2 or 3 blue jerseys, but they're surrounded by 6 and a goalie. So Wethersfield, if they want to have some sustained offense, they're going to have to get more blue jerseys in the goal box.
Just don't make me say sustained offense right after I try to say center circle, which has thrown me off a few times this season. Excellent point, though. Not good numbers here as it's 2-on-3, and here comes now more reinforcements for Wethersfield, but this is after Manchester able to take the ball away. And you understand some of it. There's got to be a focus on being back and avoiding quick counterattacks in a game like this against a team that has scored 67 goals. But at some point, you got to unleash the attack, right?
Well, you could see Wilkinson make a run there. We've seen other games where Sapala's been really effective down this left side. She's been pretty conservative despite not really having somebody cover her. Look for her to jump into the play like here and really make a difference for the Eagles.
To Stephanie with a through ball that gets right to Kuligowski.
It was a really, really well played ball. Wethersfield didn't get on the other end of it, but it was played slowly enough to where had one of the Wethersfield forwards recognized it, the goalie was coming out. They had a good chance.
There's a collision on the far side. Gwen Grismilo goes down. That should be a free kick for the Eagles. So this is a nice spot for Wethersfield. Bryn Wilkinson going to take it right about the 24-yard line from the football markings.
And between Burnell and Yancey, they somehow always find a way to get their foot on this ball. Great, great anticipation. Let's hope that DeStefani can play a ball in here that stays far enough away from the keeper.
Here's DeStefani. She's got the assist on a free kick earlier. Here's the left-footed boot. Line drive toward the 18. Sent over the side quickly by Manchester. So good clear by the Redhawks as we go under 13 minutes to go here in the first half. Throw for Wethersfield. Wilkinson will take this one. Let's see where the Eagles go. Down the right side looking for Burnell. Has it on her foot. Has to play it back. Manchester gets to it. And nice play there by Gwen Grismilo to send it out of bounds into the shrubbery.
And if you're the Eagles, that's what you want. You want Schoenberger to have to come back to her own 20-yard line on the football field to try to win balls. That tells you that she's frustrated, that she's not getting enough touches up top.
So Wethersfield has weathered the storm so far. The Redhawks have been held scoreless through the first 27 and a half minutes here. This one, nice play ahead. Gets to Burnell right at the top of the arc. Lays it off for
beautiful.
Schachter. Good ball looking for Bonfiglio. Header by Sapala keeps it in the offensive half. Here's Kayla Bonfiglio now. What will she do? Oh, right-footed ball. Nicely played to Burnell. Trying to get around two. Deflected by... Here's Schachter with a shot that's going to go over the goal. But laid off nicely by Burnell here.
Yeah, really good sequence for the Eagles here. Keeping possession. Here's Burnell. Takes a shot, goes off the knee, right to Schachter. And she gets one off pretty quickly, just a little bit over the net.
So a sub into the game for Manchester.
And it looks like Manchester, a couple of minutes ago, moved Schoenberger to the left side there. Looks like they want to get her away from Daly and Grismilo, give her a different look down that left sideline. Wilkinson's going to have to, be a little more conservative with those runs.
Burnell with some space on the right side, plays it into Yancey. She tries to turn on it. Now she sends another one. There's Yancey with another goal. 11:47 to go, and the Eagles are on top 2-0 on Addison Yancey's second goal of the afternoon.
Yeah, let's take another look at this one. Here's Burnell down that right side. Again, one of the center defenders steps out to her, plays the ball. Yancey doesn't get a good foot on it, but luckily it rebounds right back to her. She gets a quick shot off and puts it in the corner for the Eagles, 2-0.
So Yancey from Burnell at the 11:47 mark, and Wethersfield on top 2-0. And again, it's not a game where you necessarily feel like a lead is safe with the way Manchester could score goals, but again, not perfection in this first half, but things are starting to click for Wethersfield in a way that Coach Leone has to be increasingly pleased with as we get toward the 11:36 mark here in the first half.
And two new bodies in for Wethersfield. Caitlin Malarkey on that right wing, and Claire O'Hay comes in to replace Gwen Grismilo.
Yancey with the brace already. Puts her at 6 goals on the season. But here's Schoenberger trying to get one back for Manchester. Lets it fly toward the net. Deflected. Gianfrido able to keep the rebound in play as well. Wethersfield keeps Manchester off the board. Nice keeping from Giada Gianfrido.
Yeah, her best save of the day here. Goes down. There's a little bit of a rebound. Grismilo puts good pressure on from behind, and then Gianfrido pops up and is able to keep that one out of the back of the net.
So Wethersfield now trying to push the ball ahead. Burnell, Malarkey up front. Schachter now with the ball. What will she do? Turns it back. Goes out to the far side. Looking for Claire O'Hay. DeStefani right foots it. Looking for Burnell. Able to make the turn over to Malarkey.
Beautiful.
Back to Burnell. Surrounded by players, but she's going to maybe be able to turn. Burnell has to drop it off now for O'Hay, and Manchester steps in. So Wethersfield turned away on that potential opportunity, and there's what you talked about, Schoenberger up higher on that far side to win the ball and maybe be able to turn as opposed to waiting for the ball to come her way.
And Wilkinson did a good job being right on her heels the entire time, didn't give her any time or space. She never was able to turn around, and she plays one across the middle of the field, which is a good result for Wethersfield.
All right, it is the 10-minute mark. We've played 30 minutes of soccer here in the first half. Wethersfield has found the back of the net twice. Manchester so far scoreless. Eagles on top 2-0. Redhawks play it to the midline where Sapala meets it, left foots it, looking for Burnell. She's going to settle. She does a nice job in traffic being able to settle the ball. There's Schachner, left-footed ball, looking for Malarkey now. Back to Schachner. Had some space, thought she might let one fly. Left foot's it ahead, though, trying to make the connection with Bonfiglio. Nice idea, just not able to make things happen there. Hard to settle the high ball that close.
Yeah, and a lot of congestion down the middle of the field. I think the right play there might have been to play it to O'Hay out wide and see if they can create down that right side.
Back into play we go. Wethersfield's going to take over on the throw. In the offensive portion of the field, Bonfiglio into Burnell. She sends one toward the top of the 18, trying to find Malarkey. It's back to Sapala now. Manchester going to step to this one. Toward the midline we go. Good step from Grace Grismilo. Ball gets passed, though. Daly's going to get to it for Wethersfield. Plays it ahead to Stephanie. She's been active. Has an assist already. She sends one forward looking for Malarkey, but headed there. Nicely done by Smith for Manchester. Ball rolls to the midline. Tap back. Hall's going to take it. Inside the center circle she goes. Into the offensive half of the field for Manchester. Turned away, though. Nice job by O'Hay on the defensive effort there. Schachner goes after that ball. It spins and goes over the side. It looks like it will be a Manchester throw in the offensive half. 8:22 to go here in the first half. 2-0 Wethersfield lead. Eagles trying to keep their unbeaten streak alive. Sapala sends the ball ahead. Malarkey now in the center circle. Gets off her foot, but again, not good numbers for Wethersfield. 2-on-3 attack, but good hustle there from Malarkey to go after it on the far side. Good play by Manchester in front of the Redhawks bench, but there is Claire O'Hay with some pressure for Wethersfield. Malarkey still battling. Schachner now in the center circle. Tried to play it back to Malarkey. Ball deflects. Good step from O'Hay. Hall now for Manchester. Comes into the center circle. Sends a high ball down the middle. Trying to find the connection. Grismilo and Daly again converge. Ball squibs away. Sapala sends it forward. Bonfiglio settles. Has one defender to beat. Lays it off. Nicely done to Sapala. Here comes Sapala now. Right at the midline. Sends one through with the left. That's going to be poked over the side. So this will be a deep throw for Wethersfield.
And we talked about some better communication with the center backs there. Sapala, you could hear her yelling from halfway across the field, though.
So this is one you have to wonder psychologically how this weighs on Wethersfield. We saw a few weeks ago a 2-0 lead on Northwest Catholic evaporated quickly and then ended with the Lions getting the game winner in the final 30 seconds. So Wethersfield wants to keep the pressure on here and try to keep this lead, and Coach would love nothing more than a third one here before halftime. 6:40 before we get to the break. O'Hay left foots a ball, gets past Burnell. She's going to chase because that ball's going to stay in bounds, put some pressure on. She gets to it. She's outside the 18, sends a cross, and one hops right to Kulagowski in net for Manchester. We're going to take a second look at this. Great job to get to the ball and create an opportunity.
Yeah, I love the hustle by Burnell. Never give up and then be physical. The worst thing that's going to get called is a foul, 118 yards away from your own goal. So why not gamble? Ends up in a shot on goal. If the goalie gives up a rebound, could end up in the back of the net.
Quick check of the out-of-town scoreboard. The Wethersfield boys are in action today at Manchester. That is a scoreless game just about midway through the first half at Manchester. We'll try to keep you updated on that one as well. Here, though, it's Manchester in white going left to right. They're moving the ball down the field.
Oh, no.
Ball skips off of Grace Grismilo. Schoenberger going after. Here's John Frida. Way out. Oh, look at her grab the ball. It gets away from her. She's got to get back into the net. Schoenberger is alone on the right side, going to send one toward the goal, and luckily for Wethersfield, it goes high and wide. So great play initially from Gianfrido, but then the ball got away and created an opportunity.
Yeah, Gianfrido does a good job to force the issue, come out, and the ball kind of sneaks through her hands, and she laid off of it because I think she thought she was going to touch it out of bounds or touch it outside of the goal box and have a handball, which wouldn't have been the worst result in the world because you could slow it down and it's a free kick. As it was, she was out of position. Schoenberger had a clear shot to the at the net, but luckily she put that right-footed ball over the crossbar.
Battle on the far side, and Hall is going to send Wethersfield down, and
They're going to go the other way.
Reversal of the call. That's going to go against Wethersfield. Coach Leone not quite sure about that one, both hands out, wondering.
And we've seen Hall strike the ball pretty well. I would not be surprised at all if she's able to send this one deep into right around the top of the 6 box.
So number 12, senior Addie Hall, over in front of the Eagles bench. Lets it fly. It's a line drive toward the top of the 18. Deflects off of O'Hay. Schoenberger able to get to it. Lays it back off for Hall. Will she shoot from here? Got plenty of space. She will send one toward the goals. One hops, and Gianfrido has to play a really fast skip off the turf. We'll take a look at it.
Yeah, I don't think that's what they wanted on the initial free kick, but Schoenberger lays it off for Hall there. Hall gets a clean look, short hops Gianfrido. Good job pouncing on it, not letting it be any more dangerous than it was.
Look at Sapala get it ahead. It looks like Burnell got tangled up. There's no whistle.
How do you not call that?
Burnell goes down, but we play on. Manchester now playing out of the back. Center circle, they go to Hall. Good play by O'Hay to put some pressure on, but Hall able to get around. She's got some space to move now on the attack of the Redhawks. DeStefani goes in. Both players go down. Ball continues to go forward. Wilkinson's going to let it roll over the inline. Who hit it last? Not sure what call we've got. Players are wondering what's going on. This looks like we're moving toward a corner kick. The ball went over the inline, so it's either a goal kick or a corner kick. And Manchester is lining it up as we hit 3:33 to go here in the first half. Schoenberger looks like we'll take the kick. And this is an opportunity. You talked about Hall a minute ago. Schoenberger as well has shown the ability to send the ball for a ride. So you have to think she's going to look for something going across maybe far post. Wethersfield has 3 players on the goal with Gianfrido. Manchester loads up. Here's Hall moving in. Ball comes all the way across and hits nobody. So as we go to 3:03 to go, Wethersfield comes away unscathed on the first set piece of the day for Manchester. Gianfrido will put the ball down. Wilkinson tightening up the laces over on the far side. Daly's going to take the goal kick for Wethersfield. 2:44 to go here first half. Eagles on top 2-0. Both goals from Addison Yancey. One assisted by Bella DeStefani off a free kick. The other assisted by Alana Burnell on a nice job. Nice run down the right side and then able to cross. 2:26 to go now. Manchester in the offensive half. Nice pressure from Shackner for Wethersfield as Hall has to play to the far side. Pressure there by O'Hay. Good step. DeStefani sends it forward. Burnell has it, gets away. Here's Shackner, though. Left foot's it. Looking for Malarkey. She's got a space down the middle, but there's the keeper coming way off the line. Nice job by Kuligowski for Manchester. Wethersfield again down the middle. An angle maybe keeps Kuligowski closer to the net there. Redhawks try to play out of the back. Take away, good tackle by Claire O'Hay. Round and round we go. She sends it back. Wilkinson now high ball into the offensive half. Burnell is there to meet it. She's surrounded by white jerseys. Directs traffic.
Calls her shot.
Deflects off of Manchester. Here comes Wilson moving forward. She and Shackner go down. That's going to be a whistle against Wethersfield. So it'll be a free kick as we go under 90 seconds here in the first half. And again, we want to thank our crew. Alongside me, director, producer, analyst Tom McCarter. On camera for us today, Elena Rodriguez. Running the scoreboard and the clock, Allison Montez. And we've got a breaking news update from the boys' game at Manchester. Manchester gets the first goal in that one, so the Redhawks at home in the boys' game are on top of Wethersfield 1-0. Here in the girls' game at Wethersfield, as we go under a minute to play in the first half, the ball goes in. Schoenberger going to get to it. Good pressure there by DeStefani to poke it away, though. Wethersfield needs to clear this one. Wilkinson able to do that. 2-0 Wethersfield lead here, 40 seconds to go in the first half. Hall got to get past her. Good play by Caleb Monfiglio for Wethersfield. Here's Caitlin Malarkey along with Alana Burnell. Center circle. Burnell takes it, directs traffic, looking for some help. Sends it up, looking for Caitlin Malarkey. Taken away there by Manchester. Center circle again, but here's DeStefani coming across the backfield. Lays it off for Claire O'Hay. Left-footed ball now. Malarkey making the run. One player to beat, but that's going to get right to Kulagowski again in net. As we count down now the final 5 seconds of the half. A good one if you're a Wethersfield fan. Eagles have put 2 on the board. That's where we stand, 2-0. Wethersfield over Manchester at halftime. We'll take a quick break, come back in a few minutes with a look at first half highlights. Welcome back, everybody, to Catone. We are just about ready for the start of the second half. Wethersfield girls holding a 2-0 edge on Manchester. And we'll take a look with Tom McCarter at highlights of the first half.
Yeah, a little bit of a sleepy start for the Eagles, playing a player with 34 goals. They allowed her to have some chances early on, but a free kick here. Bella DeStefani over the top. Yanissi just gets a toe on it, pokes it. We weren't sure if it was going wide, if it was going to make it into the net, but Yanissi puts it in, and Burnell was right there to put it home. Had that ball squeaked wide. Yanissi's 5th of the season gives the Eagles a 1-0 lead, and then on a goal kick for Manchester, the ball lands. One there by Grismilo, and then Burnell plays one into the box. Yanissi one-times it, comes right back to her, and she quickly puts it in, gets it under the goalie, 2-0 lead, her second goal of the game, 6th of the year. Eagles take a 2-0 lead into halftime, Dave.
So Yanissi now the leading goal scorer for the Eagles this season with 6, and as we talked about at the top, just for comparative purposes, Schoenberger for Manchester has had 6 in a single game on the way to her 34 total so far this season. But Yanissi, 2 this game, 6 total. Assists today, that's Alana Burnell's 4th. That ties her for the team lead in that category with Allie Schachner. And Bella DeStefani off that free kick, her first assist of the season. So a solid half after a shaky start for the Eagles. They're on top 2-0 in terms of the scoreboard, which is the thing that matters, but I'm sure there was plenty for Coach Leone to talk through in terms of solidifying that defensive effort.
I'm sure most of his talk focused around the first few minutes of the game, where several balls were played over the top for Liz Schoenberger. She had some chances. Gianfrido made some good saves. The post made a good save, but they just flirted with too much danger early on. Luckily, they didn't fall behind, and then they really finished pretty strong, putting a few in the back of the net. But no defensive breakdowns. Another solid 40 minutes of D. Close this one out like they have the last couple of weeks.
And we get the chest bump, Bonfiglio and Sapala right near the midfield. Now in the center circle, DeStefani and Bonfiglio. So the Eagles look ready for this one. Wethersfield in the familiar home blues. Going to be moving from left to right toward the concourse here at Catone. In this second half, they'll have possession first. Manchester in the road whites, moving from right to left.
Looks to be the same starting lineup as well for the Eagles.
And we're ready for the second 40 minutes of action. Alana Burnell right in the center of the W, ready to start things for Wethersfield. The whistle goes, ball played, and we are underway in the second half. What does Wethersfield have left in the tank? Can they hang on to the 2-0 lead and extend what to this point has been a 6-game unbeaten streak? Kayla Bonfiglio and Schachner put pressure on in the center circle. Good step from Gwen Grismilo.
And I'm sure part of the halftime speech was about containing.
Schachner ahead. There's a run by Burnell. Ball gets past the keeper, and she's going to be whistled offside. We've got a new keeper in. That looks to be Abina Yaboa for Manchester, new keeper for the second half.
I'm sure some of the halftime talk was about containing number 21, but number 12, Addie Hall, was the one distributing a lot of those balls. So I'm sure between Schachner and DeStefani, really pay attention to her, deny her the ball as much as possible, try to really frustrate them offensively.
So Abina Yaboa in net now for Manchester to start this second half. First half was taken by Kelsey Kuligowski. She had some opportunities, made a couple of saves. As we're just underway here, just over a minute into the second half, Manchester going to take a free kick in their backfield. Quickly done through the center circle it goes. Good defensive pressure there from Bonfiglio for Wethersfield. Christie with it for Manchester in the center circle. Back into the backfield we go. Quick ball played through to Goss. Manchester trying to find some shape. Here's Addie Hall. She's the one who tends to make the offense move from that midfield position. In front of the Red Hawks bench now. They play it back to Hall. Looking downfield for number 2, Lydia Welton. Defended well there by Sapala as we're a minute 45 into the second half. Wethersfield going to take the deep throw in the backfield. And again, we are grateful for the camera work of Wethersfield team manager Lena Rodriguez as we're 2 minutes into the second half, 38 to go. Wethersfield trying to solidify the defense and move the ball forward in hopes of adding to the 2-0 lead. Ball gets away from Manchester at the end of their bench, rolls into the hedges across the way there, and Sapala will line up the throw for Wethersfield in the backfield. Eagles have not had much moving in the offensive direction just yet, but we're only 2.5 minutes into this second half. Burnell let one go there, looking for Yancey up front. Draws a whistle, not sure.
I think it went out of bounds.
Went out of bounds. It was like earlier? Okay. Wethersfield throw comes into Burnell in front of the Eagles bench. Monfiglio sends it ahead, gets past Shackner. Manchester going to claim it. Gwen Grismilo puts some pressure on. Ball rolls toward the middle. Caleb Monfiglio back to DeStefani in the center circle. Tries to play one off to Wilkinson, but look at Schoenberger step in, take it away from Manchester. 1-on-2 now, she comes. Gets past defense, good pressure there from Grismilo. Schoenberger has to give it up. There she makes the run down the middle. Shackner puts pressure on. Nice tackle and good turn to take the ball away. Left-footed ball up to Burnell, intercepted by Manchester. Good step by Smith for the Red Hawks. Smith gets around Bonfiglio, left foot to the head, looking for Schoenberger, but there is Sapala. Eliana Sapala sends it down the left side. Burnell has the speed to get to this one if she can create the angle. She's going to keep it in bounds. 1-on-1 defensively there with Arazo for Manchester. Ball played ahead. Can Shackner get there? She's got a chance. Lays it off for Burnell. Sends it toward the goal, and it goes behind the net. Nice play developed for Wethersfield, but not able to put it on goal.
Yeah, really good ball movement here. Burnell slides one across Shackner. Great one touch before contact, and then Burnell, not sure if she's shooting or trying to get it to Yancey back post, but good early chance for the Eagles there.
Just about 4 minutes into the second half, 36:02 to go before this one is over. Wethersfield looks to add to the win column. This would be their 7th win of the season. Came in 6-3-2. But again, that was after a 2-3 start. After 5 games, they were under 500. But Coach Leone thought some of the early season adversity actually good for this team, helped them find their groove a bit, and they have been good defensively in that 6-game stretch as Burnell battles for the ball up front. Poked away there by Manchester. Burnell looking for a call, nothing coming. The ball goes over the side. Looks like that will be a Manchester throw. In this 6-game stretch, we talked about that it was really turned around the Eagles' season. 3 clean sheets put on the board, and in the other 3 games, only 1 goal allowed in each. And they've held Manchester off the scoreboard here today for the first 45 minutes of this one.
And nobody's done that for 80 minutes.
Daly going to step to that ball before Schoenberger can claim it for Manchester. Daly taking some space. Sends it ahead. That looked like could have been a handball, but nothing called there. Deflected off of number 20, Francie Filigrana for Manchester. Battling back and forth we go. Here is going to be Caitlin Tedford. So Manchester with some new faces in the lineup, getting some fresh legs, fresh faces into this one, trying to find a combination that can send that ball toward the back of their net. But Wethersfield coming the other way now. Shackner, left-footed ball over the top. Yancey's coming down the middle. Can she get there? Pops it ahead, and it's going to go wide right. Collision with the keeper. Nice play by Wethersfield.
Oh, man. What a chance for the hat trick here. As Shackner with a nice little left-footed softball over the top. Yancey's got time to get there. Oh, that would have been nice.
And our out-of-town scoreboard update is we've got 34:03 to go here in the girls' game. Boys' game, these same 2 teams playing at Manchester right now. A goal from John Fraga ties that one for Wethersfield. 1-1, we stand in Manchester. Here comes Burnell now, though, looking to add to the Eagles' lead here at Catone. Gwen Grismilo, nice cross. Bonfiglio in the area. Can Sapala keep it in? She won't.
Loyal listener, John Fraga.
Yeah, he's not dropping messages on the YouTube chat right at the moment, and we'll take that. We'll take him putting things on the scoreboard.
On that last play, the ball gets crossed all the way across the goal mouth and rolls to the point where it's a throw-in. Coach Leone frustrated that nobody is there on that back door.
Yeah, it was a nice ball played by Grismilo. Gwen Grismilo got to it just outside the 18 on the right side, sent it all the way across. And sub gets off the field, so now we will whistle in the throw. 33:05 to go here, second half. Sun starts to shine brightly on the pitch here at Catone. Burnell lets it roll. Quick throw for Wethersfield. Where is she going to go? Some basketball defense there on the throw, and I haven't seen that one very often.
Because you're not allowed to do that is why you don't see it.
Hopping up and down in front of the throw. Schachner played one toward the goal. That's going to be scooped up harmlessly there by Abina Yaboa. She sends the kick forward, down toward the midline. Good step by Sapala. She sends the ball forward. It goes right to assistant coach Emily Finelli. Nice settle there from Coach Finelli. 32-28 to go here. Second half action. Wethersfield on top 2-0. 2 first half goals from Addison Yancey are the difference in this one so far. Wethersfield has threatened once. Yancey had another opportunity on good ball movement, but ball went wide. Here's Burnell. Look at her go after this one to keep it in. She's inside the 18 now. Here's a chance. Pops it ahead. Tried to get it across. Yancey was there. DeStefani up in the 18. She and Burnell are down. A lot of action there. Bodies all over the place, but everybody pops back up. DeStefani trots back toward the middle of the field.
Yeah, good job by DeStefani joining the offense there, hustling back. She knows she's got to be one of the important numbers to nigh in the ball from Hall and Schoenberger.
31-45 to go, second half. Goal kick coming for Manchester. They're in white, going right to left. Wethersfield in the home blues, going left to right. Ball goes in front of the Eagles bench, and there's one for assistant coach Todd Swed. Addie Hall now sends it in for Manchester. Schoenberger trying to get to it, but good defensive presence there. Wilkinson and Sapala. Sapala on the far side. Wilkinson here on the near side, holding down the run across. 31-14 to go here. And a breaking update from Manchester. We've got, after trailing 1-0, Wethersfield boys have gone up 2-1 at Manchester. Fabi Bello with the go-ahead goal as Burnell comes down the left side, sends it high in toward the top of the 18. Yancey there sends it toward the goal. It rolls wide right. Good deflection off the outside of the foot, just not able to put it on goal.
Yeah, Yancey has just a knack for trying to get somehow redirecting the ball with various parts of her body. Burnell, great cross. Yancey gets there and outside of the right foot, able to redirect it just wide.
And we've seen perhaps the formula for success for the Wethersfield Eagles in this second half. Alana Burnell down that left side has been able to get past the back on the far side and has been able to keep the ball in bounds and then create opportunities. Here's Burnell again, moving toward the middle of the field. She may let this one rip. No, lays it off for Gwen Grismilo now. Back to Burnell. Top of the arc just outside. Has to play back. Bryn Wilkinson now up from the back. Got plenty of time, plenty of space. Sends a ball toward the top of the arc, looking for Yancey, headed by Manchester. Hall with a quick touch over toward the far side. It'll go over the side for a throw for Wethersfield.
Wilkinson probably could take another touch or two, get a little closer. She had Sapala way on the back if she can drive a little bit closer and get that ball to the back post.
Good step by Manchester. Defensive effort there from number 19. Alyssa Wilson takes the ball away from Burnell there. But there's Grace Grismilo, sends it ahead.
Oh, good win.
DeStefani, center circle, battling with Addison Hall. Addie Hall and Bella DeStefani. And DeStefani comes out of there with it. Whistle blows, though, and that'll be a free kick in the backfield for Manchester. Wethersfield has to hurry to get into position here. Manchester going to line up their free kick formation. 29-26 to go here. Second half. Just about a little over 10 minutes into the second half, and Wethersfield still hanging on to the 2-0 lead. Here's one moving toward the goal. Bonfiglio steps in front. She's going to send it now into the center circle. Burnell tries to settle. That ball was coming at her fast. Took one right in the gut, it looked like. Manchester now in the offensive half, trying to mount something. Hall looking ahead, but played out of there. Sapala with a nice step. There is Wilson again. That ball got past Schoenberger. It's going to get all the way inside the 18 where Gianfrido will scoop it up to the left of the goal. So Manchester turned away still again. 28-47 to go here in the second half. 2-0. Wethersfield lead. High ball gets ahead to Bonfiglio. Tries to play Schachner in the center circle. Bouncing it goes back and forth. Manchester as Yancey takes over. Sends one ahead. Oh, if that had gotten through, Burnell had a chance there, but it's center circle now. Hall for Manchester.
Good ball.
Across the midline, lays it off right side, past the Manchester bench. Goes number 18, Emiliana Christie. In toward the top of the arc is Manchester, but DeStefani's going to be there to clear it.
She's
ball
everywhere.
goes high. Headed by Manchester. Into their offensive half they go. Good step from Schachner. Down she goes, though. Manchester is going to come out of there with the ball. Olivia Goss, number 22, got to it. Far side now for the Red Hawks. Good step by Bonfiglio. Good move to get around her. Took advantage of the fake. In toward the goal it goes, but there is Grace Grismilo for Wethersfield. Here's DeStefani again. She is there on the spot.
Yeah, it's a really good position for her. sitting in that center defensive midfield position, gives her the freedom to make runs up and back, but she's always around the ball. And really, when you're trying to deny some really skilled players from touching it, she's done such a great job.
Battle on the far side. Bonfiglio in the mix for Wethersfield. 2 players went down. It's going to be a free kick for Manchester right in front of their coaching staff. So the Red Hawks in white with red trim take the free kick just past the 30-yard line in their offensive half. Here it is, going all the way in toward the 18. Gets over the head of Daly and bounces past Gianfrido. Julia Daly went for the header, but it looks like the ball went past her. We're going to take a second look. Nice ball served into the 18.
Yeah, good ball served into the box. Daly lets that one go, and Gianfrido just able to make sure that it goes wide.
She did make contact, so it will be a set piece corner kick near corner as we go under 27 minutes to go in the ball game. Wethersfield lines up the defensive coverage. Again, they've got players marking the near post and the far post. Last time we saw this from Schoenberger, she sent the ball all the way through and nobody made contact with it.
They've got 2 players there now, so I think they're making
and
sure.
They've loaded up that far side. Now action comes closer. Here comes the ball all the way across again toward the corner, and Gwen Grismilo gets a foot on it for Wethersfield, sends it out, so Wethersfield escapes the harm initially. DeStefani with a nice right-footed poke. Sends it ahead, gets off the foot of number 14, Bella Gustafson. Here comes.
No relation.
No relation to Tom McCarter. Gwen Grismilo with a nice step, and that draws a whistle. So a free kick coming now on this side right near the 30-yard line. Schoenberger looks like she may line that one up to take it. 31-yard line, we'll call it. Nope, she's going to lay off and leave the kick to Emiliana Christie, who will also step away from it and leave the kick to number 23, Gabrielle Smith. Comes up from the back. She moves the ball up, takes a yard or so. So it's 1st and 9 as we move the ball up. Free kick, dangerous spot, left-footed ball, goes all the way in. Gianfrido has to get there, and she is lucky there. The ball went wide right. Wethersfield escapes again.
Yeah, if you're Wethersfield defensively, you can't let this ball land in the box. You can't let it bounce once or twice. Somebody's got to come through and win that, and a Manchester player was attacking that back post. Had the timing better, that one could have ended up in the back of the net.
All right, for Wethersfield, quick substitution. Brunel takes a seat. Been working hard up front. Caitlin Malarkey now in the middle of the field at the top of the attack for the Eagles. 25-18 to go here in the ball game. Second half action. Bryn Wilkinson with the throw. Knuckleballs it in. It's headed by Gustafson for Manchester. Yancey for Wethersfield now. Ball bouncing between players. Gwen Grismilo stays after, but poked ahead by Manchester into their offensive half. Schoenberger trying to get to it. One-on-one defense from Daly there. Julia Daly, 21. I believe,
Great
Tom,
ball.
you had the research at the beginning of the game to say she is teammates in club soccer with Schoenberger.
That's my investigative journalism skill.
There you go. You earned that title last game, and we did not acknowledge it earlier. We gave you producer, director, analyst, but also investigative journalist, Tom McCarter. And Sapala has a choice of 2 soccer balls as she takes this throw on the far side. Sends one away, kind of like a tennis server, assessing and then sending one away, playing the other one in. Here is Sapala now. Nice turn. Gives the ball a ride with the left foot. It's going to one-hop Yaboa in net for Manchester. So good quick strike opportunity there for Sapala. Wethersfield turned away, though. It remains 2-0. As we're just about 16 minutes in to this second half. Malarkey puts pressure on up front. Going to send the ball toward the end line. Looks like that'll go off of her. It'll be a goal kick for Manchester, but good pressure there. 23-57 remaining in this one. Wethersfield trying to hang on for what would be their 7th win of the season. And here comes number 11, Emma Cruz, into the game. Going to give Allie Shackner a break. So Wethersfield getting some new faces into this one. 23-40 to go, second half. Manchester came into this game, 67 goals scored, averaging more than 6 per contest. They've put 9 on the board 3 different times this season, but they have hit a bit of a tough stretch in their last 3 games. Coming off their first loss of the season, heading into this one, they fell 2-1 to Newington earlier this week. Ball is taken away from Malarkey, but it's going to go over the inline. So this should be a set piece now. Corner kick coming for Wethersfield. 23:08 to go, second half. And Yancey is going to go over to take the kick. So it takes her out of play in terms of being in front of the net. But
yeah, she's so scrappy and finds a way to get to the ball in traffic. I don't love that decision.
We'll be sure to register that with Coach Leone after the game and let him know that Tom did not approve.
There might be a set play on here. That could be.
So we've got Wilkinson over on that far side. Nobody near for a short ball necessarily, but let's see what happens with this one. Low ball played, and Bella DeStefani was there along with Bonfiglio. Maybe a little miscommunication. That ball goes wide right. There's a collision right in front of the goal. It's Gwen Grismilo and Bella Gustafson for Manchester going after that ball. Both went down in front of the net, but in the end, nothing doing. Here comes Schoenberger out of the back. Good slide tackle from Gwen Grismilo. Schoenberger looking for some help from the officials. Nothing's going to come, so Manchester will settle here for the throw. Gwen Grismilo definitely paying attention. There's a nice step from Wilkinson. Daly's going to settle for Wethersfield. Send it into the front half. Gets past Cruz. Yancey tried to make the turn. Good play by Bella Gustafson for Manchester. Here's Addie Hall now for the Red Hawks. Yancey puts pressure on for Wethersfield. Manchester near the midline now. Into the backfield. Now they cross into the front court, but there's Sapala. Unloads one with the left foot. Look at Malarkey go after. She's going to get to this one, I believe, before it goes out of bounds. Keeps it inbounds in the corner.
Yeah.
Lays it off for Cruz. Emma Cruz now, top of the 18. Lays one for Bella DeStefani. She chips it. That's going to go high and over the goal. Nice play there from Wethersfield. Malarkey to Cruz to DeStefani creates a shot opportunity.
Yeah, again, getting the ball wide, drawing the defenders out, playing the ball back into the middle. DeStefani with her right foot just puts that over the crossbar.
So we've got 21-12 to go in the ball game. We're in the second half. Wethersfield with 2 first-half goals from Addison Yancey holds the 2-0 lead over Manchester. Sun shines brightly down on the pitch here as Yancey comes back. Here comes Gwen Grismilo to put some pressure on. Taylor Bazell for Manchester. Plays it off of Grismilo. It's going to be a throw for the Red Hawks. Into Addie Hall it goes. Now back to Bazell. She sends center of the field, but there is Bonfiglio for Wethersfield. She comes across the midline now. Kayla Bonfiglio taking her space.
Oh, here's Yancey.
Lays it off for Yancey, right side, inside the 18. Going to cross it. Who's there?
Oh,
and
how did
it
that ball
gets
get
away
through?
from Wethersfield. Malarkey was there. Cruz was coming in. Left-footed ball by Sapala. Still in the 18 for the Eagles. Trying to keep the pressure on as Wethersfield, but Manchester turns it away. Over the side it goes. Boy, great play developed there. Yancey got to the ball inside the 18 down the right side, sent the cross, but not able to connect. So Wethersfield gets no shot on that possession, but they will take the throw. Cruz chases the ball down, but here comes Manchester out of the pack. Through the center circle now come the Red Hawks of Manchester. Pressure from behind by DeStefani is going to draw the whistle as Gabriella Amaral had the ball moving down the center of the field. DeStefani tried to come from behind. Did come from behind, but a little too much contact before she got to the ball.
Yeah, DeStefani didn't like the call, but in the end, you know, it was a bit of a fast break for Manchester. Not a bad idea to break up the play, although this, 40 yards out, you got to figure Schoenberger, this is within her range, so Gianfrido's really got to be ready here.
All right, so Wethersfield's going to line up a 3-player wall. Gwen Grismilo, Emma Cruz, Kayla Bonfiglio link arms in front of Liz Schoenberger, the
They know
goal
she's shooting.
scorer. We are hopping up and down. We've got a line of people across the 18. That ball goes high and through the football uprights. The youngster who was taking some kicks during halftime might want to look at that one. We hit the 19-minute mark. Wethersfield escapes on what would be considered a golden opportunity as Burnell comes back in up front, gives Yancey a rest. Malarkey stays in, so it's Malarkey and Burnell on the attack up front for the Eagles here as they hold on to this 2-0 lead. And we've got another update from the boys' game at Manchester. Wethersfield had trailed 1-0, came back to take a 2-1 lead, and Manchester has now scored. So it's tied 2-2 at Manchester in the boys' game. Here, it's Wethersfield with Kayla Bonfiglio taking the ball in the backfield on top 2-0. Sapala now races out of the pack, goes down across the Manchester bench, sends the ball up front. Caitlin Malarkey's got a chance to get to it. She will. Sends the ball ahead, and Burnell was coming down the middle. It looks like Malarkey decided to take the shot and see if maybe the rebound might come.
I think she was actually crossing it and it went off the legs of the defender there and redirected right to the goalie. But she was looking. She was looking for Burnell back post.
Investigative reporter and eagle eye from the press box. Nice catch there. Under 18 to go in this one, 17:56 to go. Collision on that far side. And slow to get up is Kayla Bonfiglio, but she
always
bounces
pops
right back up.
She always gets right back up.
Throw for Wethersfield. Coach Leone gives some instructions to Eliana Sapala. She's going to take this throw. In it goes. Not able to make the connection with Malarkey, but Sapala comes in to get the ball. Tries to get around one defender. Left foot, it deflects off the Manchester defender. Skips in the right direction for Wethersfield, so Manchester forced to clear over the sideline. Throw coming again for Sapala. A few yards, about 10 yards, 15, maybe 20 yards. I don't know. It's a few yards deeper than the last one because she was right in front of Coach in the bench on the last one. Sapala going to take it. Wethersfield, that ball looks like it maybe slipped out of her hands a little bit. Not necessarily the best of throws, and it gets away from Wethersfield. Manchester, though, forced to clear again over the sideline, so Sapala will do it all over again.
Dave, we are 24 hours away from senior night ceremonies tomorrow night. These ladies have to play another full game tomorrow, 24 hours after this one.
That is some great time and clock work from Tom McCarter. 5:15 tomorrow is when we hope to be up and running with the live stream to bring you the pregame ceremonies honoring the 7 seniors on this year's Wethersfield varsity girls team. And then we've got a 6 p.m. kickoff with Wethersfield taking on Woodstock Academy tomorrow night. So back-to-back home games. That's a high ball played in. Can Burnell get to it before it gets to the keeper? As a collision, Burnell goes down. Keeper is going to get to that ball and grab it. Nice job of Abina Yaboa in net, able to keep her composure after the collision and chase that ball down. So it turns away Wethersfield there.
Yeah, I love how Burnell never quits on a ball. You know, that she really had no business making it that interesting, but she sprints, she gets there, a little bit of contact with the keeper, but you know, the keeper's got to know that anytime a ball's played like that, she's got to hurry up.
Burnell, again, active. She's a centerpiece of this Wethersfield offense. Even when she's not finding the back of the net, she's often creating opportunities. There is Bonfiglio, sends it back to Stephanie. Taking some space, lets it go with the left foot. That's going to go all the way 1 hops to the keeper. So 15:35 to go. Shot from distance by DeStefani. Turned away by Manchester. Here comes the kick out of the back for the Redhawks. Sapala steps to it, sends it forward. Cruz and Malarkey in the area, but Manchester turns it away. Grace Grismilo now for Wethersfield at the midline, sends it ahead. Looking for a run down the left side. Malarkey had come in toward the middle of the field, though, so Wethersfield sends it over the sideline. It'll be a throw in the backfield for Manchester. And it comes to Schoenberger right in front of Coach Leone, and quickly 2 Wethersfield players, Bonfiglio and Malarkey, on her, but she turns and Schoenberger is out of the pack. She's off to the races now into the front court. Has to give the ball up to Bazell. Number 8, Taylor Bazell for Manchester. Now back to number 12, Addie Hall. She's right at the midline, defended by Emma Cruz. Good one-on-one battle. Poked ahead by Hall. Good step by Grace Grismilo. Her sister, Gwen Grismilo, is going to get to this one. Sends it ahead, and it's going to go over the side right here in front of us at the midline. A throw for Manchester. They're going to have to back this one up quite a few yards, I believe. That ball went about out of bounds, almost right at the 50. So Burnell and Malarkey still in up top for Wethersfield on the offensive attack. Good defensive effort from the Eagles so far. Continues that stretch as they have only given up. They've only allowed 3 goals over the course of their last 6 games. This would be the 4th clean sheet now in a 7-game stretch if this holds. Here's Sapala down the far side. Gets inside just now outside the 18, around the last defender, crosses toward the goal, and nicely done. But Yaboa unable to keep it inbound, so it will be a corner kick. So good pressure applied by Sapala.
Yeah, Sapala's so good at using that little stop-go hesitation, set up her left foot, strong cross there. If that had gotten through, you had Burnell there to pound it home, but it was served so strongly that Yaboa had a hard time keeping it in.
And so we were watching to see, we've got, Schagner had been at the midline, and not sure why it took so long to get her in the game on a Wethersfield possession here, but Schagner is going to take the corner kick as she goes into the game. Emma Cruz takes a seat for Wethersfield. 13:09 on the clock. Schagner with a nice cross. Daly almost there, but not able to get her head on it. Sapala's going to settle Sapala on the near side of the field. Brings it out toward the middle, crosses into the 18, deflected by Manchester. It goes out of bounds. Nice job by the ball girl on the side. Settles that one, gets it quickly to Sapala. We'll have another throw for Wethersfield. 2-0 Wethersfield lead here. Last account we had at Manchester, it's 2-2 Eagles and Warhawks in that one for the boys' game. Left-footed ball by Sapala all the way across. Wethersfield trying to get to that one. Bonfiglio had a chance there. She and Malarkey both in the area, but it comes all the way back. Sapala covering some ground. That's Wilkinson over on the far side now. Sapala has shifted over to the near side. The defensive backs switching it up. Schachner able to play it back. Bella DeStefani makes a cut, gets it over to Bonfiglio. Sends it over to Schachner near the top of the arc. She's going to let it go with the right foot, and it goes wide left. Boy, good shot opportunity. I'd love to see that one go on goal.
Yeah, you heard Coach Leone a couple minutes ago use the word patience. Good patience here from DeStefani, Bonfiglio. Schachner gets a good shooting lane and just puts it wide of the left post.
$11:53 to go. We're under the 12-minute mark. Can Wethersfield hang on? Will the Manchester offense find its groove? Here's Schoenberger. Nice step, and there's a collision. Gwen Grismilo is down. She crumpled as she went down on the center circle, but she's back up. Collision with Schoenberger.
Oh, I give her credit, man. She pops right back up. She really went flying through the air, landed hardly. Looks like she's holding her hand to her nose, potentially. Maybe she's got a little bit of a bloody nose there, but she popped right back up, jumped into the play.
And there's a ball played ahead. Burnell in the area with Gustafson for Manchester. Not able to get to it. Nice play from the keeper. Ball kicked ahead. Nice step from Schachner to play it. Burnell with a touch, trying to get it through to Malarkey. Turned by Manchester. Burnell still up there on the ball, though. Here's Gwen Grismilo. Back from that collision, still in the game. Doesn't seem to be any worse for the wear at this point. She's chasing down the ball. In the center of the field, still in the backfield, now near side as Manchester comes toward the midline, trying to play into their offensive half. Addie Hall, one of the captains for the Red Hawks. Challenged by Schachner up front. Plays it back to number 23, Gabrielle Smith. She sends the ball into the offensive half, but there is Bella DeStefani winning it for Wethersfield, sending it forward, chipped ahead now into the offensive half again by Manchester. Grace Grismilo steps to it. High ball going over the top, trying to find either Malarkey or Burnell. Burnell's going to get to this one. Pops it ahead. Can she get around? She does. She's got an opportunity here, and that's going to be in the goal. Looks like we'll give that to Malarkey potentially off the assist from Burnell.
Yeah, great pressure up front for the Eagles. Forcing a turnover. Burnell, again, using her speed, using her toughness, and just sending that ball across. Whether it would have gone in or not, we don't know, but Malarkey right there to tap it in. Let's take another look at this.
All right, so 10:09 on the clock. We may have been a little slow on that one, unfortunately, as we're trying to do double duty here. So we're going to try to get confirmation on who should get that goal.
Yeah, it looks like Malarkey should be the one who gets it. Burnell, great work creating it, putting it on the line, and then Malarkey being in the right position to put it home.
All right, so we'll call it 10:09. Let that ball go into play here. Get the clock started back up. It is 3-0 Wethersfield. Malarkey off the assist from Burnell. 3-0 Eagles lead. We've got under 10 minutes to go now here in this second half. Eagles look to be well on their way now to a 7th victory of the season as Yancey comes back into the game. Gwen Grismilo going to take a seat. We noted that collision earlier. Let's make sure she's okay. Looks like the trainer's going to take a quick check with her. 9:36 on the clock. 3-0 Wethersfield lead for Malarkey. That would be her second goal of the season. And for Burnell, her second assist of the game, her 5th of the season. That leads the team in that category. Yancey plays one ahead. Burnell in a collision with Gustafson. That ball's going to get back to Yeboah in net for Manchester. Kick comes out, goes over to Schoenberger in front of the Wethersfield bench. She's able to play ahead to Hall. Now they go far side. Still in the backfield are the Red Hawks. Wethersfield applies pressure, trying to keep the ball. And here is Malarkey to take it away. Good step by Hall for Manchester. Schachner gets to it, plays one ahead, got Burnell now up in front of the pack. She has to play back. Gives the ball off to Yancey, comes now toward the right side. Approaches the top of the 18, but it's poked away at the last minute there by Manchester. That should be a throw for Wethersfield, and that's going to be about as deep as that throw can be. Just near the corner here, and Bryn Wilkinson up from the back to take it. Wethersfield trying to potentially add to the 3-0 advantage. Ball played ahead. Here's Daly all the way up from the back. Tries to send it over to DeStefani. DeStefani hustles to get to it. Back to Daly now. Played into Yancey. Yancey makes a nice turn to get around one defender. Poked away, though, by Manchester. Here come the Redhawks. But Yancey with pressure keeps the attack from formulating early. Hall with the ball, pressured by Burnell. Manchester in the backfield. Wethersfield applying pressure. A lot of blue shirts in that half of the field. Wethersfield now trying to find the shape as Schoenberger has the ball. She's approaching the midline, has to lay it off. That on the far side is Emiliana Christie, number 18. She's got the ball in front of the Manchester bench, defended by Eliana Sapala for Wethersfield. In toward the middle of the field we go. Good help from Bonfiglio now for Wethersfield. Sapala steps to it, sends it over the side. That'll be a throw for Manchester. 7:30 to go. Wethersfield on top 3-0. And Tom, you had it at the beginning. Manchester, great start to the season. They've scored a ton of goals, but 7 has been the magic number for them. They're undefeated, if I remember your stat correctly. All 7 of their wins, they've scored at least 7 goals.
That's correct. And when they've scored fewer than 7, which that's a lot of goals, they're 0-1-3. But nobody has kept them off the score sheet for an entire 80 minutes, and the Eagles are 7 minutes away from doing that.
And they're going to have to contend with a dangerous free kick there, as there was some contact from behind as Hall made the cut, tried to weave through traffic. So Wethersfield commits the foul. It'll be a free kick. The ball is sitting on the 20-yard line, 30 yards away from the goal, just past the right hash mark. Wethersfield's going to back up the wall. Gianfrido is alone in net, nobody near her. Up to take the kick. Looks like that is going to be Smith, number 23 for Manchester. So we line it up. We're hopping up and down with a 3-player wall right inside the top of the arc. Smith loads it up. Whistle blows. Not sure what that's about. We're going to go again. Here comes the kick now. Left-footed ball by Smith. Goes toward the goal, and that goes over. So nothing doing for Manchester on what could have been a good opportunity to get on the board. 6:03 to go in this one now. Wethersfield on top, 3-0. We'll do our best before we get out of here in this one to try to get you another update from the boys' game at Manchester today. Girls in control of this one. Shaky start, gave up some early opportunities. Manchester just not able to convert. And since then, Wethersfield settled in, played a pretty solid game over the last 60 minutes or so. That ball sent over the sideline, and we'll have a throw. So we'll recap again. We had 2 first-half goals for Wethersfield from Addison Yancey. Those were her 5th and 6th goals of the season. She's the team leader in that category. Assists from Bella DeStefani off a free kick and from Alana Burnell. And then Burnell had another assist in the second half. The 10:09 mark, just over 5 minutes ago. Got the ball across, and Caitlin Malarkey able to tap it in and get her 2nd goal of this 2024 season to give the Eagles the 3-0 lead. That's where we stand. We're under 5 minutes to go, 4:50 and counting. Clock can't run fast enough if you're an Eagles fan. Manchester, meanwhile, trying to find some magic here. This would be, after we talked about it, through their first 8 games, Manchester unbeaten. They started out 7-0-1. This would be their 2nd loss of the last 4 to go with 2 ties. So Wethersfield's done a nice job. And we'll see if they can hold the clean sheet. For the Eagles, if they do, it would be the 5th for Wethersfield this season. But perhaps more impressively, they're 4th in the last 7 outings. So Wethersfield defensively has made it challenging for teams to score. And that's usually a good formula for being able to stay in the game and make it competitive. 4 minutes to go in this one, 3:59 and counting. Sent ahead by Bonfiglio. Ball battle goes back and forth in front of the Manchester bench. Hall sends it ahead, looking for Schoenberger. It's going to be clear. It's Apollo with a nice right foot. Gets it to Shackner. Here's Yancey back. Sends it toward the center circle. Burnell heads it forward. Nicely done. We've got Malarkey making a run. Gustafson's going to get to it first, but now here's Malarkey down the right side for Wethersfield. Deflects it off of Gustafson. Malarkey still gets to the ball, sends it again, deflected by Gustafson, and that's going to win a corner for Wethersfield as Malarkey 3 different times there deflected the ball off of Bella Gustafson for Manchester, and it wins a corner for Wethersfield. Yancey going to take it near side as we go to the 3:15 mark. Wethersfield lines up near post with Malarkey. Shackner is in there as well. Sapala is back here for the potential drop-off here. Ball goes in, and they tried. It looks like Bonfiglio was trying to play it back to Sapala for a shot potentially, but denied there. But Sapala hustles after it, wins the ball. Sends one toward the goal. That's going to one-hop to Yeboah. And 2:45 now on the clock. Yeboah lets one go. Hall settles it in the backfield, now sends it over the midline, headed by Daly there. Sapala with a header into the front court for Wethersfield. Gets over the head of a Manchester player. Bonfiglio battles for it. Nicely done there. Sends a high ball toward the goal. Here's Burnell trying to run through 2, and that's going to be into the arms of keeper Albina Yeboah. We should have our post-game show for you today with highlights of the 3 Wethersfield goals from this one. And here's Bonfiglio weaving her way, sends the ball low roller that goes to Yeboah. Nice job by Bonfiglio to keep it alive as she went down the left side there. We'll take a moment here before, as we go under 2 minutes, thank some of the season sponsors, so the WHS Soccer Boosters. There's a long ball played, and Schoenberger's ahead of the pack. Racecross Milo tries to catch up. Daly tries to get to it. Deflects off 2 Wethersfield players. Bella to Stephanie, able to clear right at the top of the 18. Addison Yancey with a stutter step, moves it down the side. Ball played ahead, tries to find Burnell. Poked out of there by Gustafson, but it's going to be a quick throw. And we're going to stop clock here. 1:34 to go.
I'm surprised when
we didn't have to do that. I didn't think, as both players had a sub at the line.
Yeah, I'm with you. Maybe
we got the signal from Coach Leone to stop the clock. So
you got the signal.
All right, throw's going to come from Bryn Wilkinson. Allie make a run is the call, and here we go. Allie is trying to make a run. That's Shackner, but ball poked away by Manchester. Sponsor thanks to Sweets Jewelers, Jersey Mike's, Village Pizza, Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine Centers, and Wooden Tap. Thank you all for your season-long sponsorship of Wethersfield High School Soccer. Wethersfield trying to hang on. We're not going to have Luke to give us the 1-minute announcement. We're about 5 seconds away from that. As Schoenberger comes down the side, now brings it back into the middle. Sends one toward the net. Look at Gianfrido with the punch. That's going to send the ball over the inline, so we'll win a goal kick as we'll take a second look.
Yeah, another good save from Gianfrido here. Schoenberger cuts in to her stronger left foot. Well defended, make her shoot from outside the box. Gianfrido just a dive and save, push that wide of the post. And one final corner kick here coming up for Manchester.
Schoenberger in the northeast corner. Lets it go with the left foot. Comes all the way through again. Gets over the head of Daly. Nobody able to get to it. It rolls over the inline, and we're going to do it over now from the northwest corner. It'll be another corner kick. Manchester's got to hustle it up. 28 seconds to go. Wethersfield trying to keep the clean sheet alive. Manchester desperately wants to score for one last chance here, and it gets off of Schoenberger, and it's cleared. And Shackner's going to send it out. We're at 15 seconds now. Ball played down in front of the Manchester bench. Good step by Bonfiglio. In front of the Red Hawks bench it goes. And over the side, that should do it. 2-1. That's the horn, folks. And we have a Wethersfield victory. 3-0 over Manchester. The first time this season the Red Hawks have been held scoreless in a game. That is Wethersfield's 4th clean sheet in their last 7 outings. And they have put together quite an impressive streak here. Last 7 games, Wethersfield has won 5, tied 2. We're going to take a look now at highlights from this one. We had 3 goals for Wethersfield. Tom McCarter, take it away.
Yeah, let's pick this up. Scoreless in the first half. Bella DeStefani, free kick, plays it over the top. Yancey just always finds a way to get there first. Pokes it harmlessly, but it finds its way to the back of the net. And if it was going wide, Alana Burnell was right there to put it home. Yancey's 5th of the season gives Wethersfield a 1-0 lead in the first half. And then a few minutes later, off of the Manchester goal kick, Gwen Grismilo wins that ball up to Alana Burnell. Burnell sends it into the box. Yanissi, quick shot, but goes off the defender and then just pokes it past the goalie. 2-0. Yanissi's second of the game, 6th of the season. Burnell gets the assist. It's 2-0 Wethersfield, and that's where we would go to the half. 2-0. As you mentioned, Manchester has not been held scoreless all season long. And here we are. Grace Grismilo steps up, wins the ball, plays it over the top, and Burnell never stops, never quits battling. Gets to the ball here and slides a little right-footed poke through the goalie, and there's Caitlin Malarkey, perfect positioning. 3-0 Wethersfield, Malarkey's second goal of the season, and that's where we would end.
All right, you talked about it. Yanissi with the 2 goals gives her 6. That's the team lead. Burnell with 2 assists on the day. That's 5 total on the season. She leads the team in that category. Great showing in terms of final result for Wethersfield after a bit of a shaky start. Some chances that Manchester couldn't take advantage of early.
Yeah, this game could have gone a lot differently after the first, 5-10 minutes. Wethersfield had a couple of defensive breakdowns, allowed the ball over the top too easy for probably the leading scorer in the state. But Gianfrido made a couple of nice saves. Overall, this was her best game of the season that we were able to witness. Made a number of good saves and good team defense in front of her. And 3-0 win. Good win for the Eagles.
All right, we're going to try our best to see if we can get one last read at Manchester on the boys' side. Last update we had was under 3 minutes to go, tied 2-2. So a nail biter for the boys at Manchester. Girls get the win here. Let's take a look quickly. Our next live streams. We're right back doing it all over again tomorrow. 5:15 is the senior night ceremony honoring the 7 seniors on this year's varsity girls team. Then we've got a 6 o'clock kickoff. Wethersfield can't enjoy this victory too long. They got to get ready for another one tomorrow night, 6 o'clock against Woodstock Academy right here from Catone. And then a week from tonight, October 16th, we've got the boys back in action here at home as they host Bloomfield for a 3:45 start on Wednesday the 16th. For our camera operator, Elena Rodriguez, first half scoreboard and clock operator,
Allison Montes,
thank you. I lost my notes there for a second. I think my name is still Dave Gustafson. This is Tom McCarter, investigative journalist extraordinaire. We thank everybody for joining us. A fun one here today as Wethersfield gets the 3-0 win, and we'll see you back and do it all again tomorrow.